Kofi's mum is here.
Are we about to see Hulk Rollins?
And Bloodline 2.0 back again. Hello, welcome to Wrestle MSX. I'm Michael.
I'm Sally.
And an abridged version today, with it being Christmas. I'm sure you have better things to do. We start with Drew McIntyre, and he says the villains are CM Punk and Roman Reigns, and anyone who's wronged him better sleep with one eye open. Sami Zayn then heads out. He says he's made sacrifices and that the fans made him. What Jimmy, Jey and Sami do has nothing to do with Drew, and if Drew has a problem with the Bloodline, then he can go now, as in have a brawl. Drew told Sami that he can go because he's the least of his problems. Sami replies that yes, he could just go to the back, but decides to attack Drew instead. Drew gets the better of him, so out heads Jey Uso. He enters the ring and helps Sami beat up Drew, sending him out the ring. Give us a sub, it's Christmas, spread a little joy, and if you do, it's appreciated.
Backstage we see Sonya Deville asking Adam Pearce for Kairi Sane's spot in the Women's Intercontinental Championship tournament, as she was injured last week after being attacked by PFC. Pearce tells them he's given the open spot to Io Sky.
Oh, no. So, first match of the night then, a triple threat match in the Women's Intercontinental Championship tournament between Natalya, Io Sky and Alba Fyre. We have a great crossbody from Sky on Fyre and Natalya, and a wonderfully executed tornado DDT by Fyre on Sky. We also watch Natalya lock Sky and Fyre in a sharpshooter, which they escape. Sky hits an over the moonsault on Natalya though, covers her and picks up the win, which I'm sure upset a few people, as I think they wanted to see Natalya win and go all the way in this tournament.
Yeah, I was one of them.
I wasn't.
In the Judgement Day Den, and Liv and Finn are having problems with one another when Dominik says he's going to talk to Adam Pearce and get a match with Damian Priest as he has a plan.
Oh dear. We then catch up with Sami Zayn talking with Jey Uso. Sami thanks him for having his back, and then the two argue about who takes on Drew later. Jey relents and allows Sami to take a shot. Didn't we see this match at Saturday Night Main Event?
I think we did, yeah.
I want to see it again.
Up next, Chad Gable versus Akira Tozawa. American Made with Gable, Alpha Academy with Tozawa. 3 German suplexes, a powerbomb and then an ankle lock get the result for Chad. Chad wouldn't release the move after the bell rang, so Otis entered and attacked Chad. The Creeds soon entered the ring though, bringing a halt to Otis's attack.
Backstage we see the New Day talking when Dominik Mysterio walks past. New Day think they found a kindred spirit, someone who understands what they're going through. Dom says he didn't like Big E, but that was just crazy. So even Dom seems to have no sympathy for New Day.
Up next, Dominik Mysterio versus Damian Priest. Dom tries to entice Priest outside the ring, to which Priest refuses and offers Dom a free hit. Dom gets back in the ring, gets his free shot blocked, and then proceeds to get beaten up by Priest, even putting him in a torture rack. As the match progresses, Priest exits the ring eyeing up a suspicious-looking Santa Claus and then removing his beard. It's JD McDonough, who then promptly gets thrown over the announcer's table by Priest. Priest then checks under the ring and finds Carlito, who gets tossed over the timekeeper's area. Balor then attacks Priest with the referee calling for the bell. We all end up inside the ropes with Priest taking a beating from the whole Judgment Day when the Raw Raiders run out for the save. Dom gets war machined and Finn eats a south of heaven.
Next we have a sit-down interview with Seth Rollins from the weekend. Jackie Redmond asks him what we can expect. Seth replies it's going to be a fight and the biggest one in our industry. What about tribal combat, Seth? We're going to see a side of Seth we haven't seen before. Seth Smash!
Next up, The Miz versus Dexter Lumis. Just before the match starts, an image flashes up saying, "I opened the door." Not a lot of offence from The Miz and Lumis in total control. Lumis climbs to the top rope and is about to land on Miz when AOP head out. Lumis decides to land on them instead, which isn't wise as Karrion Kross then heads out, with the 3 of them then beating Lumis up. We then head into the ring, Lumis surrounded with the lights then going out. When they come back on, the Wyatt Six are on the apron. They attack the Final Testament with the Wyatt Six driving Kross and his gang out the ring. No Uncle Howdy though.
No, interesting. Backstage, we see the War Raiders celebrating with Priest. Priest saying that they're at war with the Judgement Day and he'll go to war with them.
New Day head over to the announcer's desk next, with Woods asking what happened to the unbiased journalism. The crowd, of course, booing. Woods accuses the commentary team of sympathising with Big E, adding they're not man enough to lace up their boots and get in the ring. Kingston and Woods then head into the ring, with Kofi saying he's brought his mum over from Ghana.
That's nice.
To which they still get booed. Kofi leaves the ring and heads over to his mum, apologising for the boos. Kofi asks for a hug from Mummy Kingston. Mummy Kingston just leaves.
We come back from a break to see New Day bumping into Rey Mysterio. Rey apologises for last week, but then asks them to apologise for their behaviour. Kofi says they did nothing wrong. Rey says from this point on, they're on their own. Oh dear.
Last match of the night, Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn. The match was dominated by Drew, with Drew at one point looking manic after dropping Sami on the apron from the ring steps. Sami getting what offense in that he could, mainly counters and reversals. Drew got a 2 count off a white noise from the middle rope before Sami mounts a comeback with an exploder in the corner. Sami sets up for the haluva kick, but his pained back slows him down, allowing McIntyre to hit a claymore, and then pins Sami for the win. After the bell, Drew rounded on Sami, with Jey coming out for the save.
Jey downed Drew and headed for the top rope, but just as he was about to pull the trigger, Tama Tonga pushed him off, as we then see Bloodline 2.0 enter the ring. Drew leaves smiling as he watches 2.0 demolish Jey. Sami tries to help out, but to no avail, as he's moonsaulted by Fatu and then Simone spiked by Solo. Raw goes off the air with the Bloodline acknowledging over the beaten duo of Jey and Sami Uso. Felt like I was watching an episode of SmackDown, to be fair. The last match to me was pointless. We've seen Drew and Sami the other night at Saturday night's main event, and it was the same result. I know I get it was done for the payoff, but anyway, loving Drew. Your work is fantastic.
So good.
But you need to go for your next target. Just get on to Roman Reigns. Because all you ever mention is Sami, Jimmy and Jey. You never... Roman is mentioned, but it's never the four of them. Yeah. It's just them three and by the way, Roman. Just go for Roman. Come on, Drew.
Any comments or views you'd like to share, then please feel free to leave them below.
Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
And if that's not your thing, just enjoy your time with your family or loved ones.
Thank you again for watching.
And we'll see you Saturday for SmackDown.